All right, so testing mic. That's all good. Yeah, so welcome everyone. Um, Today, first thing, it's the first time I'm using the new Streamlabs. What is it? Streamlabs OBS. This is like the 0.1.0 Mac version. It's really nice. Maybe I can like show it just a little bit to you. Here's the thing. I think the cool thing is like you have also the chat in here in one window, and you have like some more notifications if someone followed you and stuff like that, and you can even like relaunch them, something like this, and you will have like this animation here. This is really cool, but let's me move it out of the way. Now we're here. Then scale this a bit. Yeah, so chat and everything should be in like one window. That's what I like about it. Also, it can connect to Twitter, and once you go live, you can even set all the information like the title and stuff from OBS. But this is like the Streamlab one. It's very cool. I'm playing around with it, so we'll see. What else? Yeah, so we have this sandbox. Let me zoom in a bit. Maybe make the text a little bit bigger. And the idea is to build this Pokédex app. And here I have like home. The content should display here, and then about. This is like about page and maybe some text. Profile. Stats, you can see here, this is like with the routes, like app stats, and then when I click on Pokemons, I would have like, oh, now it's I can see my Pokemons, and I have 4 here. One of them is Bulbasaur, and then Ivysaur, Charmander, and then Squirtle. And then when I go home, this will disappear. And this is part of my upcoming live workshop, which will be here. Let me get the link. I think I shared it on Twitter. Here, and then I'll paste it in the chat. Here. And this is the okay, so that's the thing in the chat, so you can use it. So yeah, part of the exercise that we will have in here is we would take this app, which is a React app, and then migrate it to Gatsby. So there's like few parts in there. I will teach a champion. Hi, thanks for the follow. Part of what I will be doing is teaching how you can break down a React app, mainly by its routes. So you can see here we have like different sections like home, about, portfolio, stats, and then there's Pokemons, and inside of Pokemons you have like other stuff. We can go to the routes and take a look at it here. So what we will do is basically take these routes, look at them, and see how can we break these down to different Gatsby pages, essentially. So let me get this here, and then maybe we can do everything on like code Sandbox, probably. And I want to create a Gatsby sandbox. Let me just start with a normal Gatsby sandbox. And then how can I, oh, okay. Oh, that's smart. It detected it did detect like the size and then optimized for it. So that's actually very cool. Where is it? Okay, so this is my. So on the left here, this is the React app, and then on the right here, you can see it's still like loading. This is a Gatsby project. So now we're doing like the bootstrap, and then we will look at a different part of it. So while this is doing the setup, let's just take a look quickly at our routes and then define what we can do with that. So I made this app in purpose in one file. No, actually, this is the Streamlab OBS, like the Mac version, which was out, I don't know, like a week ago. So this is very new. I don't see any CPU issues. I have an iMac, like this 5K iMac, 27-inch. It's doing great so far. I don't hear any fans, anything. So should be fine. So far so good. I like the app. Because also I can look at the chat in the window, like right away. I don't need to open a separate window and stuff like that. So looking at this stuff, so we have the home page and we have this about page. Usually, like if you go to the about page, it's like just some text, and mostly about pages are static pages. So this about page, I'm thinking this will be a static page, so we can manually create it. Reloading too fast. What's going on? All right. Okay, so this is, so I'm thinking the about route, this can be simply like a static page. So looking at this, we can just simply go here to pages. Let me do some cleanup before. So we will keep this layout stuff. We don't need this link now. Where is it? Why is not? What's going on here? Fork. Let me fork this one. This is weird. So if now I fork this, I can delete some stuff. Okay, cool. And in here, the H1, this will be our Pokédex, basically. All right, let's wait a bit for this to reload. So if I hit save, okay, so this is, let's ignore this one for now. This is our app. So we have Pokédex, okay. Now, what we need to do is let's look at the pages and create them, and then we can link to them in the home page, basically. So let's go to the about. For about, now we will do is, let me just delete this because we don't need it. Where's it? Yep, delete this one, and then in here I will add an about JS. So this will be automatically converted to a page, a Gatsby page. Here we need to import like React. Let me just make some space. I need to import React from React. And then here I will like export default. It's gonna be function. And we will simply return an h1. Yeah. And then here, this will be like about page. And let's hit save. And then hopefully now when we go, so you can see here when I click on about, I go to this about page and I have this about page. Let's ignore the navigation for now. This will be added like later on. Here you can see, okay, when I go to about, you can see I have my about page. So far so good. Let's look at other pages. So we have here Pokemons and a page for every Pokemon. And then if we go back up here, you can see the data for each page is coming from this array. And then whenever we click here, we send the slug as like a parameter, and then we capture it here through reach router. And then if we go to the Pokemon here, you can see it's passed as a prop. And then we check and then display the name. For Gatsby, it's going to be a little bit different here. So we would need to, we will take this code, but now we need to go to this pages, and we can create the Pokemons, which is the list of pages. This one, we can create it manually. And this one will be basically this one, but with some changes. Let's just import React from React. Come on. And let's just make some space for this. All right, let me just export default and then Pokemons. All right, so here this will be different basically. Let's forget about the children's here, and we don't need this. And then here for this we would need to import this one from Gatsby. So let's import the link from Gatsby. Okay, so we imported this from Gatsby. And then let's for now move this Pokemon let's move it here. And then in this one here, we will have like a page context. And then from the page context, here we will have page context.slug, page context.slug, and then this one should be name actually. Page context name. All right. No, I'm sorry. This is different. We don't need anything here. And this one will be indeed Pokemon, and then Pokemon. So if we go now to Pokemons, you can see here I have a list of my Pokemons, like an entire list, which is the same in here, like Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Squirtle. Okay, so, but then when I click in one of these, I will have a 404 because I didn't create these pages yet. And in React, it's simply like setting this kind of link params, and that's it. That's how you create like a kind of dynamic or a page based on a parameters. In Gatsby, it's gonna be a little bit different. We need to go to the Gatsby node right here, and we will have to exports, create pages, and then here we will have action. Is it actions? I think actions. All right, so here we need to have create page. We will get it from actions. And obviously here there's a typo. And let's go again and get the data. So let's get the data. Let me close this. So here we have like all the Pokemons, and then what we will do is I'll go to do Pokemons for each, and then for each Pokemon I would create a page basically. So here what I will do is like I will call create page, and create page will accept few things. First is the path, and the path for us, we know it's gonna be like Pokemon.slug, so that's the path. And then next thing will be I think it's called component. Let's see, component, and this is like to do. I will tell you what to do with that, and then we'll have like context, and then for the context we will be passing some data, and then here I would just pass in a Pokemon, like spread the object in here. So this one, this should be path to the template component. So for this one, we need to create another template. It's similar to the structure of like any other page, but it's a bit special. So for that, the convention is usually to go to src and add a folder here, call it templates. And inside of templates, we will have a Pokemon template.js. And this one will have, again, it's gonna be React. And then let me export this as default. And here we'll accept like the page context. And then if we go to the Pokemon component, we don't need to do this because this is coming through this page context. So we get this data already. So I would just get this h1. And then instead of Pokemon, I would have like page context, and then hit save. So now here we would have the Pokemon template, which will be path.resolve. And obviously we need to import path. Come on. I need to require that from path. And then a Pokemon template is gonna be here, and then this will be okay from src, and then templates, and then Pokemon template.js, and then I get this here, and then I will set it here. Okay, so create page. This will tell Gatsby to programmatically create a page and use this component as a template for it. So now, hopefully, when we go to one of these, we should see, obviously, I think we might need to restart the server. Yeah, let's restart the server. Because Gatsby node needs to run again to be able to create pages, because it needs to go through the Gatsby node. Oh my god. Probably if I did this maybe locally it would be faster, but yeah. And then if you wanna follow along, I guess this is the sandbox I'm working on. Okay, what is going on now? Still, okay, something maybe. Create pages. Okay, let's see the documentation. Probably I mistyped something. Let's see. Create page. Yeah, it's component. Path component. Did I mistype component? Component. Yeah. Should be good to go. Let's check the Node API, and then I guess, yeah, create pages. Create pages. Do I need to return a promise or something? Oh, it should. Okay, create pages. I guess return something. Let's see the error again. The path to the missing component is Sandbox, SRC, templates, Pokemon. Yeah, but I have it here. Templates, Pokemon template.js. Okay, a component that doesn't exist. Maybe, okay. Maybe code sandbox is a bit create page code sandbox Gatsby. Let's see. Why it doesn't exist? So I have src templates. Did I mistype it somehow? I don't know, like maybe require resolve would help. src templates Pokemon template.js. Let's restart again. Okay. Seems to work now. Okay. So where's the, okay, here's the preview. No, it seems to be, this is weird. Why? It's so weird. What's wrong with code sandbox? Path resolve code sandbox. Which is weird. Gotta see some examples. Maybe they're doing it different. Because I think it's a problem in code sandbox and how it resolves the file stuff. Yeah, it's here like path resolve SRC stuff. Are they doing anything special in here? No. Templates is here. SRC. Gatsby node. Alright, then I would do, so this would be path. And then const path equal require path. And it's gonna be like this. Let's make sure that I am having this okay, templates and then Pokemon template.js. Alright, and let's one more time restart the server and see. Oh yeah, hi. I'm probably gonna butcher your name, JMO House. Yeah, but debugging is also my favorite part because also it shows you the result of your like choices. So I could have like just cloned a Gatsby start like a project locally, but I thought maybe Code Sandbox would help me here, and I didn't know it had this issue with the path resolve. So let's see. Are we done with the stuff? No, I think it's still failing. And now I can't. This damn. Okay. Syntax word unexpected. Where's this word? Unexpected. Path resolve. So where's this example here? It's using low dash. No, that's fine. Path. And then path resolve that. So that should be it. We restart the entire sandbox. Maybe refresh this. Yeah, I mean, you gotta also understand that it's like server side, and you can't have like all the control that you have as a local machine. So it's also to prevent malicious attacks and stuff. So probably they need to alter some node APIs, or at least make them work differently. But I still like, I still love, don't get me wrong, I still love like Code Sandbox. I used it a lot, especially for beginners. Um, I I just send people like projects ready to use, like either Gatsby or React or like vanilla JavaScript, and they will focus only on the exercises and the code in hand, and tooling comes in later once they step in and want to learn more. We can eject this project and then also walk them through how this project is structured and how it works and so on. Okay, it started. I don't know, like, did I kill Code Sandbox or something? I'm not sure. Connected to restart server. Something weird. Okay, okay. Now we see. Maybe I have also like something wrong. Why it's complaining? What is it complaining about? Already up to date? Unexpected or unexpected? Where is that? What is happening? Syntax error, word unexpected. Huh? Templates. Okay, let me check. Did I spell template wrong? I wouldn't be sure. Yeah, of course. Oh my god. Of course. This happens to me all the time. So I'm like very good at making typos. And thanks thanks for pointing this out. That's the beauty of a stream. Oh man. Okay. So it was working then before, I guess. Did I? Let's see. Do I restart again the server? Like I restarted this 20,000 times. Did I make any other typos in here? Like the code looks okay. Path resolve. Unexpected something. What is this? Path require. Okay. Like path. And then is this? What's going on here? I don't have any errors. I don't have any warnings. Okay, so let's just remove this and then see again. Oh, come on. What? Oh man, you know what? Let me just. I think I'm probably doing something stupid and it's not Code Sandbox fault, but still, I would just go to the native way and work on my machine here, workspace, Gatsby. Let's do make Gatsby from Sierra. I'll just copy some code around and then we'll continue. It's take. All right, and then this will be npx Gatsby new, and I would set it to this new folder here. Come on, internet, don't fail me. Let's just give it another, like restart the whole sandbox. Let's give it another chance. I don't get it, like exports, create pages, actions, blah blah blah. Okay, now it's frozen. So we are start. Yeah, I'll just keep this and get the code. We'll deal with this later. So my local Gatsby project should be up soon. And for the sake of completeness, okay, the project is created. Let me just scale this here, move it here. What I will do is go here, delete this as I did with the other project. Here we don't need all these components, so probably I'll just delete everything, and then this will be okay. Poke text. Yeah, let's go now copy some stuff like our progress so far. It's gonna be, where is it? Pages. We have this about page. Let's go first to the index. So this, okay, just copy here, replace it. We don't need the link yet. We don't need this image, and then we can have about JS, and then about, save it here. And what else? We have these Pokemons. Come on. What's going on? Pokemons.js. Have that in there. And then we will go to the, here we will create templates. And then here we'll have Pokemon template.js, and let's copy that. My god, this is tedious. And lastly, we go to this Gatsby node and then have it in here. And let's open up a terminal and then do yarn develop. And this should open our, okay. So, okay, now we're talking. What is it complaining about? Sites Gatsby node must set the absolute, okay. Yeah, here. So we will have our path, and we will require the path. And then here we will have, okay, path.resolve this. And then restart again. Yeah, see, it's working. So I guess Sandbox was a bit broken for us. So let's close that. Yeah, and then we have our own like server here running. Yeah, we have this. We can go to the about page. We can also go to the Pokemons, not Pikachu, but like Pokemons in general. And yeah, here it's working. Cool. All right, so what I did here is I told Gatsby to Let's close all of this and open it. So this is the case when you have, for example, like a lot of pages that you don't know ahead of time how many. This is a perfect edition when this is a perfect way of creating programmatically pages that you don't know their amount. So it's gonna be based on the data that you have. And when you look at your React app, potentially, and I'm saying potentially, or like 80% or maybe 90% of the routes with this case, this would be like dynamic pages based on data. So there might be some data that is that's gonna be like authenticated or based on a user. That's gonna be like maybe more client route, because we can't, for example, like create pages for all of our users, because that's an unknown amount. But if you have a known amount of pages, let's say we have 100 Pokemon, we could, like, using this, like, have a data source and create a page for everyone. And these pages will be, in the end result, this will be like rendered as like HTML pages. So if you want to protect something, or is it based on different other things, that maybe you should do the client only routes instead. All right. So we solved this about. We created this, we migrated this Pokemons and then the Pokemon page. Now we have these two. So if you notice here, this is like an app and then profile, app stats. And actually the plan should be, like, for these two routes, is to have them kind of protected and then behind an authentication. So this is basically pages that are based on the currently authenticated user. Like if I want to see my stat, or another one like John or Mary or whoever can log in and see their own stat. This would be something coming from maybe a database or something like that. For this case, we don't want to create pages this way, because, as I said, all pages created this way or this way by creating manually files in here will lead to Gatsby will basically render them as HTML, and you don't need to pre-render that because it's based on the user and it's like changing content. So for that, what we need to do is to have the client-only route for Gatsby. So first thing is we need to create a page manually here. This one will be app.js. Why app? Because this will be the base for so every client only routes needs a base page, something that as an entry point, and there you can define the routes using rich router, for example, to tell Gatsby to further navigate other stuff. So basically you would create this single page. This will rehydrate into like a React kind of component. And if it has routers inside of it, this will be handled by client-side React. So Gatsby will just give you, will put you in this page, and then the React part will take it from there. So this one here, there's a nice example actually in the Gatsby documentation about this. So if we do Gatsby client only routes, come on. So where is it handling? So here you can see this is like kind of the app JS stuff. So this we will like need to import obviously React from React. And we'll have our own app. This will be a function. And we will return, since Gatsby is using rich router, so we don't need to install it separately. You can actually use it directly because it's included in Gatsby. And this will be reach router. Okay, so here we will do router. And obviously the base, come on. The base path will be app. So this is like the base path. And anything inside of this will be like app and then whatever we specify. So we would need maybe a profile component with a path of profile. So this will be like app/app/profile. And probably we would need another one about stats. For now, we let's go to our React app and look for profile here. So we have profile and stat. Let's just copy these and then maybe define them here. Simply like that. So this is like the entry point for the client only routes, and then we'll have profile, and this would be stats. Stats for that. Now we need to do another thing. Inside of the Gatsby node, we need to intercept this. And okay, let me just copy this code and I will explain it. So what we need to do is to tell Gatsby, hey, so this will be called every time a page is created. So what we will do is, okay, if this page.path matches app, which will be created automatically by Gatsby, we will change the match path to app and then star. So star means anything after app will match into this page. So basically it's like Gatsby will funnel all the requests that are with the path app something to this page, which is our app.js, and it will take it from there. So here, anything after app, like profile, hey, we have a profile component. If it's stats, it will be stats. If nothing else, we could have like a 404 or something like that. But anything with app star will direct there. So we change the match path and then we update the page, basically by creating another page with this one. So we'll have app and then app star with all the things. So that's what we need to do from there. And we have the app in here. So let me, let's go to also, where is it? Maybe also we can take some of these stuff already. In here. Yeah, let's take these things. Here, let's go from here to here. Maybe also the children. And what we can do is we have this layout component. This is like a shared thing between all the apps. What we can do is, let me just remove this data. We don't need it for now. Or maybe we need it. Let's leave it there. Why just doing a lot of changes? Let me, so I added this document, all these links, and then we have these children. Let's remove this. And hit save. And obviously for link we need to import it from Gatsby. And I think we might need to stop the server and start it again. And let's go back to our localhost once this is loaded, obviously. It's been an hour. It's not bad. Pretty much in an hour we managed to migrate the entire app. Obviously, I forget something very important. Export default. So always export your app, kids. Don't forget your components. Okay, you can see here that we have pretty much similar stuff, and this is not like if you see here, everything will stay, even like if we click Pokemons, and that's happening differently here when you click on Pokemons because we don't have the layout wrapping for that Pokemon page. So if we go here and then let's copy that from actually here. So let's make sure that everything is wrapped into this layout. Component. To make sure that we have, probably don't need this fragment anymore because we are wrapping that into layout. What else? App should be fine because it's somehow, okay. So you can see here, like if I go home, about page is, yeah, about is also missing stuff, and this is here. Yeah, so let's fix that. We did this for, let's go to about and no, probably we don't need this, and we will wrap this into layout and close the layout and import layout from components layout, and we don't need this empty thing. So app is, let's also wrap it into a layout and import layout from, again, components layout. Anything else missing? I think all is good. So now we go here, we have like home, about, profile, stats, Pokemons. It will show us more stuff, and then this is also broken because we need to wrap stuff into layout. That's the beauty of the layout component, because you can repeat different patterns. So this will have also layout. It didn't do the auto import, which is weird. And then here I will import layout from component layout. Okay, so yeah, yep. So side by side, this is a plain React app, and this is a Gatsby app. And then you can have your like home. Obviously, this should be gone. Let me just remove it for the sake of completeness. Where was it? Yeah, we don't need this H1 anymore. Here, Pokédex, home, about, profile, stats, Pokemon, and then I can go through my Pokemons, and then here, home, about, profile, stats, Pokemons, and I can go through stuff. Obviously the styling is a bit different, but That's the idea. This is a React app, and this is a Gatsby app, and we managed to create different ways. Obviously, in my course and in the workshop, I will be going even further. We will be adding maybe authentications to this profile and stats. We will have, we will learn about different ways of loading data into Gatsby and using plugins, and where we can go beyond React app and have like more, like a better, like a better app using Gatsby. So that's the idea. Again, if you're interested, here's the link to the live workshop. It's gonna happen in like a week from now, or 2 weeks, April 22nd. So if you're interested, feel free to grab a ticket. They are in early access. And with that, I think that's it from my side. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Ciao.